What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Akon has a project, or had a project, called Akon City. And the design of this product, or project rather, it was supposed to emulate what you see in Wakanda. So not just a building, but an entire city. And this city was supposed to be located in Senegal. There were some talks. I mean, he was here in Uganda. He was trying to, at one point, bring this project here. It was supposed to be a $6 billion investment. And what ended up happening was that the government of Senegal said, hey, Akon, we believe in your vision. And then that plus some people that were Chinese, or Chinese government, however, had investors to make this thing happen. Remember, Akon was also responsible at a certain point of bringing a certain amount of light and electricity to this part of West Africa. And then this happened.
Funny, I seen Akon finesse $6 billion, and everybody forgot about it except the people invested in the investors.
Crazy.
So I don't know if y'all remember, like
when he was building the city.
He was building the city.
Wow.
Akon's futuristic Wakanda-inspired city in Africa, which was going to become the real-life version of the city from Black Panther, has been officially scrapped. Over $6 billion was invested in the futuristic Akon City, but now investors are wondering where the money went.
He spent it on them waves he got on his head.
I want to give a shout out to the Northside Hours podcast. Go check them out. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. The project was on hold. Now, this is not just rumors. Bloomberg, who is a billionaire and has one of the best business publications on planet Earth, I want to read this to you verbatim. Senegal scrapped R&B singers Akon's plans for a multi-billion-dollar city development on the country's Atlantic coast and opted for a scaled-back project that will rely on private funding. Most of the land set aside for Akon City is back under state control after Akon failed to deliver on his project, according to Serene Mamadou Maboop, or Mboop, I'm not sure, head of SAPCO Senegal. Now, I didn't know what SAPCO was. From what I can gather, SAPCO is a public limited company that controls the state. So basically, this company controls all the state's land, all right? In so many terms. That's what SAPCO Senegal is. So they're the ones that the state has said, hey, this company controls the land for the state, right? So that's the people that work for the state said that. Then Akon was stopped recently by TMZ. He's working on a country music project. He was first asked about that. He was then asked this.
What happened to Akon City? I've been reading. So can you, dispel any rumors? People are saying that you've forgotten that project, that is no longer happening. Can you take us through that?
What I can tell you is the Akon City Akon City project is under attack.
Okay.
The impact that it's going to do for Africa is kind of shaking up a lot of agendas. So you're going to see a lot of misinformation on the internet, and I would advise that you know that it's untrue. But for the most part, the project is a city, so it's not going to stop. It's continuing. This building right here, you know how long it takes to build this one building?
No way.
I'm talking about a city.
Okay.
So just know there's a lot of misinformation that's happening. And when you're doing something that big in Africa, specifically with all these agendas tied to it, they're going to try to discredit it for it not to happen. I just need people to be more wise and know that a project like this don't happen overnight.
But you have not abandoned that project. You're staying in here.
My purpose is to develop Africa. And that project is part of development.
Have any rappers asked to join in on this city? Because a lot of Americans are...
But I don't want to mention them, and they become a product of attack as well, too. Is that serious?
Now, all of a sudden, somebody's hating on the man, right? I have a person that invested in this situation. His name is Go Back to Africa. Because Senegal's situation, he's saying that, hey, these guys are lying. They hating on me, all because I'm black, I'm African, there's an agenda against me. All right, so I guess the guy from Senegal is lying. What about an African-American by the name of Go Back to Africa? What did he say?
Akon, with all that he has done, supposedly, when it came to lighting up Africa and having a crypto city that's supposed to be in Senegal, and he has this A-coin, like a Bitcoin, that him and his team went out to do a project to be able to help and assist small entrepreneur businesses in Africa, and we're requesting people to come on board this journey in doing this project to help Africa. Now, myself and many people joined on board because why not help people who really don't have much, but yet you want to see them flourish just like you might see yourself or others. In this whole confusion, I don't want to say scam, but I'm going to say that they have not fulfilled their promise in what they would provide to the donors, the investors, or the contributors of this whole thing. Now, you know, they got themselves in hot water, apparently, because of the fact that they were made promises that in exchange for people's donations, they would get a TOA, token of appreciation. This would convert over into an A coin as the time goes on. But apparently, according to maybe the SEC, and I will provide this information here shortly of the email that they had sent out, but they were not legitimately able to do such a thing, where they asked those people who got involved with this project that to stay on board with them until they can get things fixed. And if you do not want to go further with this project due to the fact that it was illegitimate promise that they had made that is illegal, that you can go ahead, put your name in a hat, and go ahead and get your refund. Well, of course, myself and other people have done such a thing, and they have failed to return people's money, which then will lead me to believe it would be a scam.
Now, let's also go into something different. I've met Go Black to Africa. He came and stayed in Uganda for 2 weeks, okay? I helped, work with him here when he was here. We saw each other quite often. I know he's not lying. So Go Black to Africa said he invested. What was the other part that Akon did wrong?
It's to get everybody to move back to Africa. That's my goal.
Okay.
I want to get as many African Americans back home to Africa as I possibly can. Because I know the day they move back, everything they fighting for in America, they will not have to fight for over there. All the struggle that they struggling over there, they're going to come there with this mindset, with this mentality, with the finances that they built, the equity in life, and bring it back and invest that in Africa. Man, Africa could be the strongest nation in the world if y'all went back home.
Now, in this instance, he's saying that African Americans should come invest. So on one end, he's asking for the investment from the black community in America. But check this out.
I was so young with such good stage presence. I was blown away by him.
But he's African.
Yeah.
We a little different when it comes to stage presence.
Yeah,
Now in America, oh yeah, them gonna be wobbling, pants hanging half down, bored as hell, half to sleep because they high as hell on stage.
Yeah.
But Africa, we wake up morning like, look at these YouTube clips of all these kids from Uganda and how they be, you know what I'm saying? Like these kids are performers, so for us it comes natural.
Now, on the other end, you're talking bad about black American entertainers. You're saying that African entertainers, they got it, so black Americans don't. So wait a minute, Mr. Pan-African. On one end, if you come back to the States or from the States to Africa and develop, we'll be so much better. In other words, we add on to what Africa is doing or what they want to do. So basically what you're saying is most likely without us coming back, you don't feel like Africa can be successful or as successful. That can be inferred. But once you get around Africans, you're talking about how our singers, these Africans, they just Africans. They wake up and they just got it. But the black Americans don't. Let me tell you this. You want to talk about drugs and drug use? These Negroes do cocaine and everything else. Homemade drugs, homemade wargy, homemade alcohol, like nobody's business out here. You can find all kind of people doing drugs in Africa, Liberia. People walking around like zombies. They artists do drugs. Who are some of their artists trying to emulate? Name me one African artist. You ask Burna Boy, who is his top 10 artists? Top 20 artists? I guarantee you 15 of them is from Black America. I can guarantee you. You can look at his style. He might sound different, and he does. Don't get me wrong. Here's my issue with Akon. On one end, you want to get African Americans money or Black Americans money, and then on the other end, what you want to do is insult them. So what does that mean? That means that you're a liar and can't nobody trust you. Black Americans can't trust you. Africans can't trust you. So you just created Akon City to scam the entire diaspora. You scammed Black Americans that believed in your vision. You scammed the Nigerians that believed in your vision. You scammed your own people, Senegalese Americans, like good people though, like a lot of people, like we give a lot of slack, and I understand that we can have beefs and stuff, but look, I met a lot of good people from Africa. I met a lot of good people from the Caribbean. from Black America. Like, I'll be honest, before I started YouTubing, I didn't know that you had so many good people in the Black world because my world was so limited. I know that's my fault. I'm gonna be real. I didn't know that there were so many Black people that could help you around the world, but there is. And I'm gonna tell you, like somebody like Akon, it's a lot of people that believed in him. A lot of people. Now you're saying that these people are lying. We just showed you a brother that just got on there and said you scammed him. I guarantee you. Now here's the difference between Black Americans and Africans. A lot of Black Americans we're quick to get out there and call your ass out. If you scam us, we gonna tell the world. We gonna tell the world that you scammed us. All right, we gonna tell the world. Now Africans, the difference with them is Africans is not gonna be out there telling everybody like that. Africans is not gonna tell everybody that you shady. They're not gonna come out there and put you on blast like that. Most Africans are not like that I've met. So they'll just take the loss and they'll talk about it amongst themselves, but they're not gonna feel like they're gonna put you on social media. Whereas we gonna put you all on social media, and then your response to that, when somebody come out against you and call you out, oh, they're hating on the Africans. You sound like ain't no different from Dr. Umar Johnson. You don't, no accountability. And see, the thing is, in the Black world, I don't care where you at, like, and it's really big in the Pan-African community. I'm gonna tell you, Pan-Africans, and I'm in that community, are some of the biggest liars. And when something goes wrong, all you gotta do is come out and get in front of it like, look, this is what I did wrong with the people's, or whatever, this is what I missed. And then maybe they can accept it, but now it's the outside forces. Bro, you stole these folks' money. Just like Dr. Umar Johnson, it's a lot of Blacks that do that. Then you wonder why don't nobody wanna work with, and then there you go. Then the people who don't want to work with Africa, it's okay. Well, so you see what Akon did. That's why you can't get a big project off the ground. Like, you can have opportunities in Africa and invest in Africa, but there's a reason why folks don't do it. Because they no accountability for your money if you lose it. Buy a house or land out here. Oh, they'll tell you all day, you can buy a house. No, you can't. Most countries, let's say South Africa or maybe Rwanda, you can lease land. You can't own no, ain't like you might want to pass that off to your kids. No, don't do it. They ain't gonna tell you that. They're not gonna tell you that, okay? They'll tell you everything but that. And that becomes the issue. Now, all of a sudden, I guess the Black American dude lied on you, right? Ain't nobody lying on you, bruh. You're down bad. So when you was going to the Africans trying to big them up, you was talking about us. Now you ain't got no money. Whose fault is that? It's yours. It's yours. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We out.